like football, business moves fast. And when you need funding, there's no time to wait. At Fleximize, we keep things simple. No penalties, no red cards, just fast, flexible business loans. We only ask for the essentials and you'll get a decision within 24 hours. Once approved, the funds are in your account the same day. Fleximize, let's fund your goals.
Hello Town fans and welcome back to Matchday Live, streaming on X, YouTube, Facebook and Town TV, proudly brought to you by our headline digital partner Fleximize, the UK's award-winning lender offering fast, flexible business loans. We're around an hour away from kick-off as Ipswich Town get set to take on Sheffield Wednesday, backed of course by the vocal home support. The team will be focused on securing 3 points today as Kieran McKenna marks his 4th year in charge this week. After a memorable 6-0 win the last time these sides met, fans can look forward to an entertaining afternoon, and we'll be bringing you, as always, all the build-up live from Portman Road, including the latest team news, a look back at the previous meeting between these two teams here at Portman Road, and plenty of analysis and opinions from our guests. As always, we want you involved with the conversation. Wherever you're watching, send us your thoughts and predictions in the live chat, or use hashtag TownTV to be featured in today's show. So welcome Ipswich Town fans to the gantry here at Portman Road for Ipswich Town versus Sheffield Wednesday. As always, joined by a couple of fantastic guests, a couple of former Ipswich Town players. Welcome for a record-breaking 11th appearance to Adam Tanner, and our co-commentator Ian Westlake, who comes along with a load of great opinions and analysis as well. We love having you both in the studio. Welcome to Portman Road for another exciting fixture. A good one this one, hopefully, Adam.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for having me back 11 times, pretty honoured. Another important game, you know, after the last game wasn't a good result, and Sheffield Wednesday is struggling, as we know, but we need to put that aside and put on a good performance and get a good win in front of another really good crowd.
Initial thoughts ahead of this one, Westy. I mean, listen, Sheffield Wednesday, we all know about their struggles. They're obviously bottom of the league on a minus points. But that said, there's definitely no room for complacency today. I think this will be a tougher game than perhaps maybe we all think. They're going to probably play an incredibly low block that isn't necessarily particularly helpful for our style of play. Could be a tricky match, this one, and Kieran McKenna will have the boys focused.
Yeah, they'll be ready. I think they'll just want to put the game behind them from the last one. Leicester was a really tough game. We weren't ourselves. We come off the back of beating Coventry and Stoke, 2 massive games, and then we had a really poor performance. And we want to put it right in front of our home fans, and I think we're starting to get the fans on board, and it's starting to move in the right direction, especially at home. So I think it'll be quite an easy game, to be honest. They'll play a back 5, but they're a young team, and I think they're really struggling.
Yeah, an opportunity definitely for Ipswich Town to get 3 points today. Let's take a look, though, at the previous fixture. The King Power Stadium, of course, was a 3-1 defeat to Leicester City. We'll talk a little bit more about it, but let's remind ourselves of the highlights.
Two sides who have shared similar fates during the previous 2 seasons face each other again today as Leicester City host Ipswich Town at the King Power Stadium. In attempts to link up with De Cordova-Reid, but Ipswich have won the ball and now will look to counter with Philogene. James trying to get back. Philogene can't carry the ball beyond Jordan James, but Jordan James is forced to put the ball out of play, and it's Leicester right. Taylor tracking across. Davis there too as Fatawu switches the angle of attack to Mavadidi. Heavy touch from Luke Thomas, but Thomas works it to De Cordova-Reid, who finds the corner. He's got a wand of a left foot, Abdul Fatawu, and he's taking aim here, and Walton has to dive to his left to keep it out. It was on target. Jordan James, Nunez approaching the penalty area, into the box now. Chops back, tries to find Jack Clark, and Clark is denied by the outstretched left hand of Jakub Stolarczyk. Fatawu through the legs of Jack Taylor, and he's going to go for goal from range. Fatawu, and he's found the goal from range. Here is the scorer of Leicester's second goal, and he tries a piece of skill to get beyond Davis. He's inside the box, cut back towards Jordan Ayew. And Ipswich Town's afternoon goes from bad to worse. Here is Taylor, moving the ball to Davis, left side. Davis will stand this one up towards Nunez and Hurst, but Stolarczyk can rise above the pair. Stolarczyk, and that's loose from Leicester, and Ipswich have a goal back. Furlong crossing in, Kayusta lingering, header only as far as Leif Davis. Now Kayusta inside the box, Kayusta trying to cut back towards Schmodix, it drops to Clark, can he get a shot at goal? In comes the challenge. Davis can't reach it ahead of Pereira. The full-time whistle blows, and Ipswich have suffered defeat yet again away at Leicester.
Leicester City 3, Ipswich Town 1. We've been getting quite animated in the gantry position here, watching back those highlights. A frustrating one for Town, no doubt about it. Listen, it was a match full of key moments. We'll start with the Leicester goals, shall we? I mean, the first goal was a worldie. The second goal, we're watching it back then, and we've all seen the goal probably since the match, but very fortuitous, wasn't it? The bounce, the way the ball flew through the air. You'll hit 100 of them, and only one will go in. It was Leicester lucky to be 2-0 up, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're probably doing disservice to the lad who scored. I mean, he's to shoot from where he did takes great technique and confidence. But I understand what you're saying. You know, yeah, 9 times out of 10 that won't go in. But 2 shots from distance that have beat Christian Walton. I think this is the first one. It seems to dip very quickly and take him by surprise, I think. But yeah, again, 2 goals that we probably disappointed to concede, but again, after that, I didn't watch the game. I know Westy's commented earlier, but it wasn't a good performance from us. I mean, you see it here, not many people have got the confidence and the ability to, and the power to shoot from there. And I mean, I don't know what Westy thinks. I don't think any blame apportioned to Christian there.
No. Like, he stops maybe 5-6 goals a season by having a starting position that high. So to concede 1, you have to give it up. They scored 2 wonderful goals, but it's a performance we won't be happy with. This one here, I think Leif has to do better. Then it's a 3rd nutmeg. In all 3 goals, we get nutmeg before the goals. It's one of those days that everything goes against you. But having said that, our consistency levels aren't where we'd really like them to be come December. We're quite late on into the season now, and you think Kieran would like a more consistent performance week in, week out. Of a Coventry performance where the second half it's as good as we've played, then the Stoke one, you just think you're building something, and then we have another little setback, so it's not great. Yeah, not great at all.
This was the point when we were getting quite animated in terms of watching the highlights back. We won't see them again now because we're just seeing the goals, but a little late flurry felt like it might have been on the cards for Ipswich, given Leicester just recently given away a 2-goal lead. Then obviously Jens gets a lucky goal, let's make no mistake about it, and then Ipswich bombing forward, a chance for Jack Clark, couldn't quite get his shot away. Had that have gone differently, if Ipswich suddenly had 20 minutes to find another goal, you would have backed them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. That would have put a real spring in our step and moved forward, you know, after a disappointing sort of first part of the game, but we just couldn't do it. But I think, as Ian said, it's really important we get back to showing what we did in the 2 home games against Coventry and Stoke, where confidence was high, really good performances against 2 good teams that are going to be up there come the end of the season. So getting another win today, you know, that defeat at Leicester needs to be wiped from our memory now, and we move forward from today.
Ipswich haven't won 3 championship fixtures in a row this season, but there is a stat that they'll want to put right at some point. They've gone behind in 9 games and haven't won any of those games in which they've gone behind. So that's obviously something to work on. But equally, you don't want to go behind. But you know, there's lots of learning, I think, to come from that Leicester game, and there are also a lot of good stats to come from that game as well. And I think, as Adam said, the important thing is just to put it behind you and look forward to hopefully getting back to winning ways today.
Yeah, you put, like you said, the stats are funny things. You can paint a million pictures with stats, but you could say Philogene at home is going to score every week the way he's playing at the moment, and you expect us to win today. But the consistency, I go back to it, that's where I think we're struggling at the moment. We have such good performances, and then we throw in really odd ones, and I just can't quite see why it's going like that. I guess if I knew why, I'd be down there instead of up here with you two.
Well, and also that said, Town have only lost twice in 11 games, and since the Sheffield United 5-0 victory, they've picked up 31 points from a possible 17. And I mean,
you've been reading the stat book this week. You've been rattling them out.
I've taken a leaf out of Glenn Wheeler's, the commentator's book, done a little bit of homework this week.
Nice.
But you know what the point is, Town sit 5th in the table, and okay, it was a bit of a slow start to the season. We know that because we were climbing the table, but since then it's been all quite positive. Consistency is obviously something that can't comes, and it will start at some point. You feel it could be now, could be later on in the season, but once that consistency comes, Town will be pushing on for the top 2. It feels inevitable.
Yeah, we haven't probably kicked into top gear yet, and we're still sitting 5th. You know what I mean? So that's something that we can hang on to and look positively. You know, once everybody gets up to their speed. But you know, we're approaching Christmas now. You know, sort of times when you get your settled team. You know, your basic, most of your 1 to 11. Not so many changes now, but like I've said in previous shows, Kieran utilises his squad ever so well. You know, he sees these players day in, day out, sees the stats on with the sports scientists, so he knows what players can play the more regular minutes, and the squad is going to be pivotal to our push towards promotion.
Kieran McKenna mentioned that Leicester City was just not our day, which I think is a fair assumption. And sort of talking about Kieran McKenna, 4 years now at Ipswich Town, it gives us a chance to reflect on what an incredible 4 years it's been at the club since he's come in. He really helped mould the success Ipswich Town have had, and I mean, he has to be spoken about as one of Ipswich Town's greatest managers. We've got the likes of Sir Bobby Robson, Sir Alf Ramsey, you know, John Lyle, George Burley. Kieran McKenna is a name that is amongst those elite football managing names at this football club.
Yeah, just phenomenal. Like, the fact that we found him, right? Because when they employed him, I didn't know the name. I don't know if you did. You know, one of the head coach or one of the assistant coaches at Manchester United, I didn't know him, and he came in and he built a squad. And it's not just a squad he's built. He built the sports science team. He's got all the other things that we've come with it, the analysts, the education. He now brings in foreign players and helps them settle. There's a whole team of people that I know the club built it, but he built them. He knows a lot of the guys that have come in. And that's why we're now doing so well. It's not just him, and he'd say this, like, he's very humble. He'd say it's everyone around it, it's the whole squad, it's the whole club, it's all the people who work here. And they've built something so special over the last 4 years. 2 promotions, us back in the Premier League. You'd never think it 4 years ago, would you? And he's the guy at the helm for all of that, along probably with, you'd have to say, Mark Ashton as well. And together they've just done an incredible job.
They truly have. There's interestingly a loose connection with him and Sir Bobby Robson, isn't there? Because obviously Sir Bobby Robson worked with Jose Mourinho. There's a nice picture of those two working together, and equally there's quite a nice picture of Jose Mourinho and Kieran McKenna on their time together at Manchester United. So arguably you could say Sir Bobby Robson passed on, you know, a little bit of his style to Jose Mourinho, then it was maybe passed on to Kieran McKenna. Regardless of that, he's a top-class manager, and he's done fantastic things for this football club, hasn't he, Adam?
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, in 4 years, the strides he's made, you know, as a club as a whole, but him individually as a manager. You know, you've got to remember this is his first manager's role. He's coached at the very highest level. You know, people like Mourinho, they trusted him to take a big, experienced, top-class club like Manchester United, the first-team squad. So that shows the praise that comes from managers like Jose. But yeah, the thing is though, he's had such a successful period, and with that comes big expectations now. You know, so you know, he knows he'll want to deliver and continue the upward curve on his trajectory of being a manager, and us as a club.
And of course it is a different challenge for Kieran this year, and football managers relish different challenges, don't they? Obviously he had the challenge of turning around our fortunes in League One. Then, of course, the Championship season, where, you know, rubbing shoulders with some of the big boys of the Championship in Ipswich Town's first Championship season in quite some years. And there you go, look, promotion to the Premier League. That image, by the way, with Ipswich Town next to the Premier League crest, that was when it kind of sunk in, didn't it? On all of those moments, that was really.
You'll love that one. A little bit of belly showing, lovely.
Wes Burns in the background as well. Of course, he's been a big part of what Kieran's achieved. Bringing in players, you know, Sarmiento was an important player, and remember that goal he obviously scored against Southampton. We all love that goal. You missed it because you'd left early, but the rest of us enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'll tell you something about Kieran. The incredible ability he has to watch football and bring players in and then make them better. That's another thing we haven't spoken about probably enough. What he did with Amari, what he did with Delap, what he did with Sarmiento in a short period of time. He makes players better, and he's not only a manager, and you use that loosely now, he's a coach. He's on the pitch every day with them, making them better, improving them, and we've seen him rebuild a team over the last few years as well. So for a four-year sort of span, he's done a lot in the game. He's took a squad that he didn't really have too many changes to and won the league with it. He kept them together and won the league again. Brought in a load of players, sort of knitted them together in a tough Premier League season. Then the squad got ripped apart again, and he's built another one. So in 4 years, he's had quite a body of work.
was actually runners-up. Sorry to nip.
Wow, sorry,
It
mate.
felt like we won the league, and we got trophies to
Well, me and you celebrate like we won it.
We certainly did. Just final one on Kieran in the 4 years he's had. I mean, listen, it's been fantastic. And actually, it's refreshing, isn't it? Because football managers don't always stay at clubs for long periods of time. You'll see teams rotating managers, frequently around the country. Ipswich just stuck with their man, and it's proven to be a fantastic appointment for manager and club.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're really lucky to have Kieran. He's no football manager, however experienced they are, will have a period of no bumps in the road and disappointments and bad results. It's inevitable. It's how they react and how they get their squad to react to that. And we've had a fairly difficult start to the season, but like I said earlier, we're still fifth. So I think there's no better man to be in charge of the squad, and that's an Ipswich Town fan. I can't think of anyone I'd rather have.
Yeah, absolutely, well said. Right, it's been a busy time at Ipswich Town Football Club for Kieran McKenna on the pitch and off the pitch training as well. But equally, of course, it is the time of year when the players and the staff visit the local hospitals and hospices to give a little bit back to the community, as this football club does so well. This week, Ipswich Town players have been at St Elizabeth's Hospice, at Each and at Ipswich Hospital. Let's take a look at what they've been up to there.
Christmas is such a special time for so many people, but for others, it's a tough time. So for us to come here today to spread a small bit of joy, give it a few presents and just talk to them is really nice. And yeah, I think for us as players, we get a lot back off that too.
You walk into a room and you see all the younger kids and stuff, and they're all there smiling. And sometimes at this time of year, there's some might not have much to smile about. For us to give them a little bit of something extra at Christmas is amazing.
Such a big part of the football club is giving back to the community and the people of Ipswich, and yeah, it's something so small for us as players to give back, and it goes a long way for them. So it's something that I think benefits us and them in the same way. Yeah.
We're really privileged to be in the position to represent the club and to have people supporting you and looking up to you. So yeah, it's a really small gesture at this time of year to be able to come and see, especially those who are maybe not having so much fortune this time of year. And yeah, some lovely smiles in there, and really nice to be part of.
Ipswich Town with their Christmas hospital visits to Ipswich Hospital, the Elizabeth Hospice and to Each. And listen, as former players as you both are, obviously you will have done your fair share of Christmas hospital visits, an important part of the calendar as a footballer, and an opportunity to give back to those less fortunate who, for one reason or another will have to spend Christmas in a hospice or in a hospital. It's an important thing as a player.
Yeah, definitely. It's, this club especially, that's a really major part of their programme over the Christmas period. You do the hospital visit. It is really difficult, but it's so rewarding for the players and as well as the patients that are in a really difficult time in their lives.
Yeah, Westy, sort of your memories of doing the hospital visits, it's quite rewarding, isn't it? As a player, you do a lot for the community, but I know, having spoken to footballers about that particular exercise that all clubs do every year, it is something that I think as players you feel are important to give back in that sense.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's really hard, right? You go in, it's really tough. But just to put smiles on people's faces who are having such a tough time, you imagine missing Christmas, and like the hospices are the worst. It's really, really tough. But it's not about you, it's about them. And then you go away and you think if just for 5 minutes they feel a bit better about their day, then you've done a great job. And it massively puts things in perspective. Like, you drive around at Christmas and there's a bit of traffic and everyone's moaning because they're 5 minutes late and you're on the hooter, and you drive out of the hospital and you're like, there's a bit of traffic, you don't care if you're a bit late to something, do you know what I mean? Like, and for the players especially, they think it's a game of football. Sometimes you have to step back and there's bigger things to the world. And yeah, like I said, the kids ones are really tough, but it's for them, and the boys do it really well. I know they've been really busy this week doing a lot of it, so it's great.
Nicely said. Yeah, thank you to the Ipswich Town players and the Ipswich Town staff for the hospital visits. If you want to donate to either St Elizabeth's Hospice or to each, you will see the QR codes on the right-hand side of your screen, and feel free to donate and be as generous as you're able to do so. Right, talking about the community, our man Dave Vant, you'll hear him echoing around the stadium. He's the stadium announcer here at Portman Road. We also send him out into the fan zone every week to get a little bit of the vibe out there. Over to you, Dave Vant.
Yes, Town fans, what an absolutely incredible bit of content that was. We love the annual Christmas visits to the hospital, and the kids, you can just see their faces were just full of joy. Christmas cheer is well and truly here at Portman Road. It's match day, Saturday, and we face Sheffield Wednesday. It's the game before Christmas, so of course it's only right today that I go and find out what supporters want for Christmas. Come on, Will, let's go and talk to some supporters. Here we go. Woo! It's Christmas! What's your name?
Archie.
What do you want for Christmas, Archie?
Ipswich Town third kit.
Ipswich Town third kit. Do you like that one?
Yeah.
And what do you think the score's going to be today?
2-1.
2-1 Town. Archie, Merry Christmas. What do you want for Christmas, guys?
3 points today.
3 points today.
Nice.
3 points today and Boxing Day.
What do you think the score's going to be today then?
4-0 Town.
4-0 Town. I like that. I like that.
I'm going to go 5-0.
5-0 to Town. Merry Christmas. 1-0. Here we go. Up the Town. Up the Town. Let's go. What do you want for Christmas?
Camera.
You want a camera? Yeah. Any particular camera?
No, not really.
Awesome. Love to hear it. Christmas. What do you want for Christmas?
Well, 3 points today will be fantastic, wouldn't it?
What do you think the score's going to be?
3-0 Town.
3-0 Town.
3-0 Town.
Exactly the same as what he said.
Yeah?
3 points, 3 goals.
Boom. Love to hear it. Merry Christmas, guys. Up a Town. We'll come this side. Hi, guys. What do you want for Christmas this year?
Don't really have anything in mind.
No preference. 3 points today will suit.
That would do.
Fantastic.
Yeah, 3 points.
Yeah. What do you think the score's going to be today, gents?
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, 4-1 maybe.
4-1. What a game that would be. Of course, we want to know what you guys want for Christmas. What do you want for Christmas?
I would like some Chanel Mademoiselle, please.
Ooh, very nice. What would you like, sir?
3 points today.
3 points today. What do you think the score's going to be?
4-0.
4-0. We love to hear it. What do you think the score's going to be?
Oh, 2-0.
2-0. Awesome. Thank you so much for all you guys do. Up a Town. We've got some supporters, ideas of what they want for Christmas. Ian, Adam, JT, I want to know what you guys want for Christmas. I want a coffee machine. My energy's just not up there today. Here we go. It's match day. My score prediction 2-0 to the Super Blues. JT, back to you in the gantry. Up a Town. Merry Christmas.
Our man Dave Vant hoovering up the vibes in the fan zone. He says he wants a coffee machine for Christmas. There's one thing that Dave Vant doesn't need, it's more coffee. He also asked what you guys want for Christmas. Westy, I'm assuming it's a coat because it's cold today and you're doing just a jumper.
I'm fine with my jumper. I would like a blazer as pretty as that. That was what I would like.
Love that. I personally want 8 points for Christmas because that would put us in the top 2 positions. What do you want for Christmas?
Difficult one, James. Yeah, I'd want no injuries over the Christmas period. I know it's a pretty stable reply there, but yeah, I'll do a win at Millwall. That would be good.
I think Millwall were losing today. I think they were 2-0 down at one point, so who knows, it could be a good time to play them. Right, focusing again on today's opponents, Sheffield Wednesday. The last time Ipswich Town played them was a 6-0 romping. More of that please today, but let's remind ourselves of that fixture back in March 2024.
Very good afternoon, welcome to a blustery Portman Road for the arrival of Sheffield Wednesday. Hutchison has to turn away with 2 defenders in front of him. Moved across instead to Tuanzebe. Lays it out to the right side for Wes Burns. Burns along the deck to Hutchinson, tries to turn onto that left boot. Gets the shot off, really well taken from 18 yards. Beautiful hit from Amari Hutchinson. It's going to be a left-footed in-swinger. Everybody up for it, clustered around the 6-yard box. Oh, off the crossbar. Fine header from Kieran McKenna. And then it's turned in at the second attempt as Sheffield Wednesday couldn't clear their lines. I think it was Burgess who got the last touch. Harry Bannon trying to bring it under control. Kiefer Moore is the one who's able to come away with it. However, the Welshman winning the battle uses Caden Jackson on the overlap on the right side of the 18-yard box. Fits it in low. Oh, it's beautiful. Steered in by Nathan Broadhead. What a delivery from Caden Jackson, though. Just couldn't miss the Welshman arriving right place, right time at the far stick. Davis, who turns away from trouble. Broadhead's inside. Lovely ball to pick him out. And suddenly they've got an extra man over as well. Amari Hutchinson they can be using here. 8 to the 18-yard box. 4-0.
Oh, and
there's the somersault. Not pulling anything before the end of the season though, and trying too much with the celebrations. It's a victory, it's not the job done yet, as Amari Hutchinson just skates away from trouble and comes tearing down the centre of the field once again, crossing the halfway line, moving to the edge of the box, lays it off for Sarmiento, beaten away, and on the follow-up, it's Al Hamadi, cool as you like from close range, to make it 5. To Ansebi, steps away from trouble, finds Amari Hutchinson, turns, spins away from his man, he's looking for the hat-trick here, right side of the 6-yard box, pulls it across, Al Hamadi tucks it home instead. So unselfish from Amari Hutchinson. Possession lasts only a few seconds. It's a walk in the park at Portman Road today. 93 minutes of superb football from Kieran McKenna's side. It's Ipswich Town 6, Sheffield Wednesday 0.
Brilliant memories, absolutely loved watching that back. Ipswich Town 6, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Let's see if there's much more of the same today. And incidentally, that was the first of your 11 Town TV appearances back then. So good memories and the start of a very long and successful Town TV career for you, Adam.
Yeah, it was, first time that we had the privilege of working together. Yeah, really, I remember the game. It's a really, really good, solid performance with some fantastic goals. You saw Amari there, he was at the top of his game. And they've spread the goals across. It was from start to finish an outstanding team performance.
We're going to delve into some more stats with Ian Westlake and with yourself in a few minutes' time. But to set the scene nicely, he's not here on Town TV presenting today, but we have sent him around the ground to get some stats of Ipswich Town versus Sheffield Wednesday. Over to you, Curly.
The Owls fly into Portman Road for the 60th fixture between the two clubs. So far, there have been 16 draws, 21 wins for Wednesday, but 22 for the Blues. The players with the most appearances in this fixture are Billy Baxter and Frank Yallop with 10, and former skipper Luke Chambers with 13. You don't have to dig too deep into the archive to find Town's biggest win against the Owls. It happened right here in March 2024 as Ipswich put 6 past the visitors. Plenty of goals have been scored by Town players in this fixture. A selection of stars have netted 3 times. Pablo Cunyago has scored 4, but out in front is Ray Crawford with 9. Here's a festive fun fact for you. Today's game is the first time since 1962 that Ipswich will host Sheffield Wednesday at Portman Road in the month of December. Merry Christmas.
And what a year 1962 was. The year, of course, that Ipswich Town won the league. Good memories and great stuff there from James Kirkland, otherwise known as Curly, our other Town TV host, giving us a few stats ahead of Ipswich Town versus Sheffield Wednesday. Right, let's pick it apart, guys. It is an interesting fixture, this one, isn't it? Because, listen, we've spoken a bit about it. Sheffield Wednesday have got a few problems. We know about that. And we wish them, as football fans, all the best for the future, apart from today when we hope we batter them again 6-0. Westy, we'll come to you first. Thoughts on this one? We've spoken about it being, a little bit maybe more difficult than perhaps we are all thinking, but it is a good opportunity for Town to carry on what has been very good home form this season.
Yeah, they're in a real tough spot at the moment. They couldn't sign players, they're in administration, they went minus 15 points. I think they've conceded 40 goals, only scored 15. You can't really see a way out for them today. They'll play a back 5, they'll play 4 in front of that, they'll sit in, they'll try and frustrate, but once you get 1, it's then just how many you're going to get. I think they're going to have a really tough day, unfortunately, and fun for us to watch, I think.
22 points for Ipswich Town at Portman Road this season, behind only Coventry and Middlesbrough, who sort of take the top 2 spots at the moment. Portman Road's been a fortress for Ipswich Town. There's sort of no doubt about that, and it's a tough place for teams to come, and it'll be a really tough day for Sheffield Wednesday today. Yeah,
they will be. I mean, this ground's fantastic, even for a championship team, so clubs will love coming to play here, but as Wesley said, this is a real tough gig for Sheffield Wednesday at the moment, but we need to put that aside. I think it's pivotal we get a good start, a nice early goal will settle the crowd down, and we can then go on to build on that. But I think they'll put 11 men behind the ball. We'll have to have a bit of guile, a bit of craft, and maybe a bit of magic to open them up, but once we do, I can see us going on to scoring 2 or 3 more.
Is it important for Ipswich to start fast in this game, do you think, Westy? Would you like to see, I mean, of course you want Ipswich to score early on, but is that important for the rest of the match? Or if it gets to half-time, it's still 0-0, are you worried? Or
I think it's always important to start fast. I think this Ipswich team this season, in games they haven't got started early, have then had quite poor games. It's sort of the momentum goes that way. If this team starts quickly, and we've seen it a few times where Philogene scored early goals, Hurst has scored an early one in one of the games, and we go from there and we really put on a great performance. And the big thing at the moment, I think, the last 2 home games, the fans have been on board. Like, they've been getting used to the players, the new shape. It's been a bit different this season, but they've really been on board. The Coventry game, we needed them first half, and they really stuck with us. And the second half, we put on a show for them. And I expect today, early goal, them noisy, Christmas spirit. I think it could be a brilliant place to be this afternoon.
We've spoken a bit about the low block that teams do seem to prefer to play against us. Obviously against Coventry, they had quite a high press, and that worked out quite well for us, didn't it? I mean, Kieran will have been analysing Sheffield Wednesday and the potential problems that they could cause for us, but what exactly is sort of meant by the low block? Sort of explain a little bit about that and why it can be difficult to break down.
It's like Ian said about when they're going to play 5 at the back, 4 in front, and they're not really going to commit too many men forward. It's about us playing at pace, passing at pace, moving positions, trying to drag people out to break the lines to get in on the goal. Like I said, it's going to be important for our sort of flair players, Philogene and Egley, to sort of have that little bit of magic, Nunes, to sort of get through that low block. But it can be frustrating, but I think it is vital we pass at pace. You know, if it's all laboured and structured, then that gives them chance to get back into position. So I think at pace, and we've got players that can do that.
We'll talk a little bit about the starting lineup in a few minutes' time, but Wally Egley was missed the last game. He was unwell. How much do we miss him? Because he's young, he's exciting, and becoming an important part of this team.
Yeah, we've got a deep squad, but he is a miss. The last maybe 6 weeks, he's come into his own. He started adding goals and assists to his game. He loves to go on the inside, cut in on his left foot, whip balls in, switch play. He's got a wonderful left foot, hits diags. But he's also learned, which I think the biggest thing he's added in the last 6 weeks, is he goes on the outside as well. So teams have got used to him coming inside on his left foot. So now he drops a shoulder, beats them on the outside, stands balls up with his right foot. He's added to his game. He's not an out-and-out winger. I think he's openly said in interviews he quite likes coming in and playing inside slightly more. So he's not like a Wes Burns who hugged the touchline. But I've loved seeing him grow, and I think he'll be a big asset today.
Kieran McKenna has spoken about having full respect for Sheffield Wednesday today, and I think that sort of goes a little bit of a way into showing the insight that he has and the mentality that he has. He's just, of course, treating this like any other championship game. Okay, they might be bottom of the table. Okay, they might have their fair share of struggles, but listen, you've got to go out and win these matches and pay respect to your opposition.
What else can he say, though? Like, he can't go, oh yeah, they're rubbish, they're bottom of the league, minus 15 points, and they can't get out their own half. Like, he can't say that. He's you know what I mean? Like, a manager has to go, you know, he has to pay their respect, say the right thing, but he must know this is a good game today that we should win comfortably.
Should we take a look at the lineup?
Yeah, go on then.
All right, let's take a look then. Kieran McKenna has made 2 changes from the team that lined up away against Leicester City. Great to see Wally Egley back in that starting lineup, and there is your starting 11. Walton, Davis, Kipre, Matasiwa, Wally Egley, Hurst, Philogene, Koyusta, Furlong, O'Shea and Nunes. And Nunes has been a really important player for Ipswich Town. I think it's 8 goal contributions he's had so far this season, and that's a good starting lineup as always.
Yeah, he's had a good run in the starting 11, so he's got ability, we can see that. I think he's just sort of settling in. I know against Stoke, the first 20 minutes he was sort of unplayable, and then he sort of drifted out of the game. But with every game he's getting stronger. I think if he gets that responsibility of playing in the 10, I think that each game he'll grow. But yeah, he's definitely been an asset over the last sort of month or so.
Wesley, obviously you have a very analytical brain there as your starting lineup. Go on, do your thing, analyse it for us. What do you make of Kieran McKenna's starting 11?
Thanks for that. Just like business as normal. It's a back 4. Matasiwa will sit in front, pick everything up. We'll push Leif Davis high on the left. Philogene will come inside, make up so that we've got 2 10s with Nunes. Hurst will stay right high up, keep the pitch as big as possible, and we'll let Wally Egley on the right hand side drift inside on his left foot. I think we'll see runs off the ball from Kiyuste, and like Adam said, I think Nunes has been massive for the last month. I think he came in as a fan favourite because he left Norwich. I don't think his performances warranted all the cheering and all the songs, but they have for the last month. He's really kicked into gear, like he plays in that 10, he's finding little pockets, he's playing unbelievable passes, his range of passing's fantastic, and yeah, just like Adam said, like, I think he has really stepped up in the last month, and he holds down that spot in the 10 spot. It's going to be hard to remove.
a lot of those players are really starting to find their feet, aren't they? And hopefully today that will result in a few goals. Let's take a look at the subs bench and see potentially who Kieran could turn to later on in the match. Obviously Palmer back from injury now, which is great to see him back on the bench. Could push Walton for that number 1 spot again. Who knows? Walton's been great in the sticks. Taylor Young, Johnson, McAteer, Greaves, Akpom, Zon and Clark. A few options there for Kieran should he need them.
Yeah, I think you could argue any one of those could start really. They're all experienced and positive players for Kieran to look at. He does utilise his bench ever so well, so I wouldn't be surprised to see at least 3 of those on before the end of the game. You've got sort of Jack Clark comes on. Like he played last week on the right, that didn't maybe work as well as they wanted, so he prefers to play on the left. But at the moment at home, you can't leave Philogene out. You know what I mean? He's such a threat, and he's a joy to watch.
Yeah, he certainly is a joy to watch indeed. Right, that is your Ipswich Town starting 11. Here to give us a rundown of today's opponent, Sheffield Wednesday, is our lead commentator, Glenn Wheeler. Over to you, Glenn.
Yeah, thanks, James. Well, Sheffield Wednesday's problems have been well documented this season, and with Sean Fisure and Jan Valery now with their national sides ahead of AFCON, coupled with an injury to Nathaniel Shalabar, manager Henrik Pedersen has stated that he now only has 8 senior players with championship experience at his disposal. Today, the Dane has been forced to make one change to the 11 that started the defeat against Derby on Monday night, with the aforementioned Fisure having now linked up with Zimbabwe. Liam Palmer comes into what will almost certainly be a back 5. The veteran midfielder Barry Bannon will captain the Owls this afternoon as he makes his 16th career appearance against Ipswich. But despite his longevity, the 36-year-old Scot has never scored against the Blues. Bannon is, however, Wednesday's joint top scorer this campaign with 3 goals along with Charlie McNeil, who spent time in the academies of both Manchester City and Manchester United. McNeil will provide the visitors' main attacking threat with Jamal Lowe and Bailey Kadamateri. In terms of the substitutes, Joe Emery, Reece Johnson, Yisa Alau, Jarvis Thornton and George Brown are all teenagers named on the bench. Back to you guys who are just in front of me here in the gantry this afternoon.
Glenn, I feel like you summarise the temperature quite nicely here at Portman Road today. You're sat in the commentary box with about 18 layers on. It's a chilly one today, isn't it?
I have no idea how Westy is just in a jumper, I must say. But he does have his coat next to me. I'm keeping it warm for him.
I told you this before, Glenn, you're just a real man.
Lovely stuff. Glenn, thank you very much indeed. I know you've been working hard ahead of a very busy Christmas period, so thank you very much indeed for the insight on today's opponents. Right, let's hear from one of the Ipswich Town players. Town TV's Andy Warren has been speaking to Jens Kajusta.
Yeah, and Sheffield Wednesday at home today, what are you expecting?
I think like any game in this league, it's going to be tough. Nothing's given for free, so we have to be ready for a fight.
How do you do that? What's the preparation to make sure that you're ready to go from minute 1?
No, I think the same as always. We approach every game the same, and yeah, we believe in our process, and so we have our routines and we stick with it.
A good week on the training ground. It's not often you have a full week leading up to a game in the Championship.
Yeah, so nice with some extra rest and a few more sessions. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, and back in the starting 11 for you. You must be pleased.
Yeah, of course. I want to play as much as possible and happy to be back on a pitch. So.
Yeah, especially in front of these fans, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course. I love this place. So, yes.
Good luck. Thank you, Jens.
Thanks.
Town TV's Andy Warren talking to Ipswich Town's goal scorer against Leicester, Jens Kajusta. Right, for this next feature, we've previously on Town TV on Matchday Live spoken about our favourite ever goals. And we've had to really roll back the years for this one and dig deep into the archives. But if you take a look at the screen, this is my favourite ever Ipswich Town goal. Back in 2005, Ipswich versus Sheffield Wednesday. Watch this for a finish, by the way. Right foot, underside of the crossbar, the stuff dreams are made of. It's none other than Ian Westlake. What a goal that was. Westy, analyse yourself for a second. How was that?
I'm off balance. On my weak foot, I've closed my eyes and swung it, and I've somehow connected it. It's gone to the top corner. I'll tell you now, yeah, that's one of my favourite games in all my career. So we turn up, much like this Sheffield Wednesday team. We're in I think the club's gone through a bit of a tough time. We're really short on numbers, and we turn out a team with, I think, maybe 6 players from the academy. Dean Bowditch, Dean McDonald. We had Matt Richards, myself. We had a really young team. and we just turned it on. We played like in the park. We were just playing short passes, popping it round them. Had a fantastic game, won it. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed that game. I have wonderful memories of it.
Look at his eyes lighting up watching that goal back. Honestly, it was a wonderful goal, wasn't it? I have to remind myself that you were actually a professional footballer once, because you're so good at the media side of things. You'd be forgiven for thinking that this has been your career all along, but a brilliant goal from West Ham, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. First time I've seen that. Very good, yeah.
Were you not here, no?
No, I wasn't, no. But no, very, very good. I thought he was left-footed.
I am left-footed. That was my weak foot.
Yeah, very impressive, very impressive.
We're not too far away from kick-off. We're about 20 minutes away. Portman Road filling up nicely. You can probably see in the background Sheffield Wednesday players warming up behind us, Town players obviously the other side of the pitch. I mean, we're not quite at predictions yet, but what are your feelings sort of as we get closer to kick-off? Is this going to be a comfortable afternoon for Town? Is there going to be a little bit of a breakdown needed from Ipswich? How do you see this one playing out?
It should be a comfortable afternoon, but I'll go back to one of my previous points. I think a fast start is really vital for us to get the crowd, get even an early tackle, someone setting something up, get the crowd on board, because I think they will not want to concede early, because once that could be like the Alamo. We've got to obviously be switched on at the back for the counter attacks. But yeah, I think the first start for me is absolutely pivotal.
Westy, your thoughts on this one, sort of echoing Adam's thoughts?
Yeah, Christmas has come early, I think. I think it's just there for us. It's a present. We'll wrap it up by half-time, I think.
I mean, bold statements. Wrap it up by what, 2-3-0 by half-time?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
You need a coat, mate. It's cold out here today. It's cold. I think, like we said, obviously Sheffield Wednesday will present their own challenges, but Ipswich have got so much in attack. Wally Egley back, of course, Nunez with the problems he's got. Could be a good match for George Hurst against one of his former clubs as well.
Yeah, George would want to get on the score sheet again. Kieran's shown a lot of faith in him, but yeah, we've got an abundance of attacking talent, not only starting but also on the bench. But it might take, like I said, a little bit of patience at the beginning, but a little bit of magic maybe from Jayden just to get us off the mark, and then I think it could be the floodgates could open.
Good stuff. Okay, let's push for predictions then. You've been quite good at these in the past. We don't have a prediction league. If we did, you'd probably be top. What are you thinking? What's going to be your predicted score?
5-0.
5-0?
Yeah, I think George Hurst hat-trick, and then someone else will get a couple.
You're very casual about this today, aren't you? The game will be done by half-time, 5-0.
Yeah, when you saw Curly's stats, we've had good memories against Sheffield Wednesday. I've had good memories against them. It's just one of those. I come here feeling particularly good today.
Talk about bogey teams. We could be a bit of a bogey team for Sheffield Wednesday here at Portman Road. I mean, Leicester was certainly a bogey team for us when you consider how we played against them at the King Power Stadium. We've not won there since, I think, 2002. So, you put those memories behind us. Adam, what are you thinking about today? What's going to be your
I'm going to go
prediction?
3-0. Yeah, not as bold as Westy, but I think, I think we'll definitely win, hopefully comfortably. At the end of the day, any win will do.
Yeah, goal scorers, prediction on them?
Yeah, I'll go Hurst 1, Jayden 2.
Okay. Well, Town fans, wherever it is you are watching around the world, you can buy match passes in selected regions. For those of you that aren't able to do that, of course, Glenn Wheeler and Ian Westlake, you'll be back in the commentary box. It's a long day, this one for you, isn't it, Westy?
Yeah, earning my money today, aren't I?
Yeah,
it's Christmas, I need it.
You need it, extra money to go out by your presents. But thank you very much indeed for tuning in, Town fans. Enjoy the match. Hopefully it is another win for Ipswich Town, and we will, of course, be back on Boxing Day for Ipswich Town's trip to London, where they will, of course, face Millwall. But it's all about Ipswich Town versus Sheffield Wednesday, live on Town TV. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. It's bye for now.
Just like football, business moves fast. And when you need funding, there's no time to wait. At Fleximize, we keep things simple. No penalties, no red cards, just fast, flexible business loans. We only ask for the essentials and you'll get a decision within 24 hours. Once approved, the funds are in your account the same day. Fleximize, let's fund your goals.
When we started this, did we ever think we'd have a partnership with a football club? Absolutely not. This is beyond our wildest dreams. We pretty much exclusively hire graduates at Halo. We're very proud of our Suffolk roots. Halo's a pretty passionate, positive, enthusiastic place generally, but when you've also got what's going on at the football club, and it's just blending passion and enthusiasm.